What's up, everyone? I'm not sure if this is rotating correctly. Let's see. I guess I gotta keep it like this. Okay. Boom. So, this is just a collective reading for today. It's the end of February, the last day of February, actually. We're moving into March. And I just want to pull a few cards for the collective for today before we head on into March. Since February has 28 days, we'll go ahead and pull some cards before we get to March. Celebrate little things. Sometimes the things that we think are little things turns out to be huge things. I was just talking to a friend of mine, and an analogy that I gave about like firecrackers, right? So when I think about firecrackers, some people love the big bang and the pretty sparkles of fire, what are they called? Goodness. Yeah, those fireworks. But you have some who really don't like the big bang. Some of them don't like the fireworks. They don't like the noise. They don't like the colors and all the fiery things that happen with fireworks. But some people do, okay? So honestly, like, when I think about celebrating the little things, it always ends up being big things that come after celebrating these small things. And I think that is like huge. The other card that came out is Begin Again. And I think this is a time that there's a lot of newness happening, where things are ending. Things are, if you will, falling apart, which seems to be like a tower moment, a time where you may think that things are not going your way. Will they ever go my way? But honestly, I'm here to tell you, like, things will go your way. And actually, when you think that they're not going your way, they really are going your way. They're going the exact way that they need to go for newness to begin. And celebrating each moment, because we have to understand the laws of the universe. We have to understand that when a pendulum is swinging, right? Matter of fact, we have one right here, right? We have the pendulum swinging downward, right? Sometimes this pendulum can swing upwards. You know, those ones that you see on people's desk at work and stuff, it'll go upward, and sometimes it'll swing downward. So what we have to understand is that the pendulum, the energy of the pendulum can swing up and it can swing down. And that's just the law of the universe. That's just the way it goes, right? And of course, I just heard that song, and that's the way it goes. Okay, so just understand that the pendulum swings up and it has to swing down. And really, I should just did like this, like down, then it has to swing up. I'm just moving it myself right now. It has to go up, it has to come down. It has to go up, it has to come down, right? So just understand that that's the laws of the universe. That's how it goes, right? And ride the wave, see where it takes you. Ride the wave, see where it takes you. Because if you just stay in flow, a new word that I've learned, flow motion. If you just stay in flow motion, then things are going to but if you're coming against the current and you're not allowing flow to happen, then you'll always find yourself stagnate. You'll find yourself in more of a downswing than you have to be, you know? And also, another thing is, I do understand that this is a time where emerge. There's just a lot of newness happening. And it doesn't feel new. It feels like there's a problem. It feels like there's some things happening that just seems unreal and not, it doesn't feel good. But understand that the energy of not feeling good, the energy of something feeling out of whack or out of place, always works for your good. Even if it doesn't seem like it, even if it doesn't feel right, it's all for a reason at the bottom of the deck. It's all for a reason. So whatever that reason is for you, it could be where you're having to start a new career, a new job. It could be where, you may be a person who may not like school that much, but there's something internally telling you to go back to school and take up maybe some classes to further your career in something, or a new career. So the thing is that don't allow something like fear, because fear is going to be there. Don't allow the energy of fear to keep you stagnant and keep you from expressing your full potential and your gifts of who you are. Don't allow fear to keep you at a place of stagnation when you know that you are more than capable of doing all the good things that you're meant to do, because the thing is that you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your family, you're doing it for the community, you're doing it for your ancestors, and of course you're doing it for yourself as well. But understand that we need you. Y'all need me. And these are conversations that I have to have with myself. So don't think I'm just having them with you. I'm not that type of goddess where I'm just talking to you about stuff that I don't talk to me about. Like, I talk to me about these things, like, big time. So it says, compassion is my compass. I am willing to hold space for the experience of others. Okay. And that's another thing. Like, we have to also have compassion. So that's something big right now. I feel like the energy of compassion, even just compassion for yourself. I think sometimes we think that we have compassion for ourselves, but sometimes we don't. I feel like I'm always a person where I'm like, it's levels to everything. It's layers to everything. It's levels to everything. And the thing is that compassion has levels to it. Compassion has layers to it. Okay. It's not that you may not feel compassionate for yourself at all, or compassion for others at all. But sometimes it's this other piece of us that can be a little bit more compassionate, that can be a little bit more understanding. Okay. And that comes from even allowing ourselves to forgive certain situations or certain peoples, and truly forgiving it, and not standing in the energy of, I forgive you, but just know I don't forget. That type of energy is still showing that the level of compassion that you're thinking you have is not really there. I've been there before, you know what I mean? But what we have to understand is that what we put out is still what we get back. Even the thing is that, we can sit up all day and say how we don't care about this, and we don't care about that, and we don't care about this. The energy of not caring is being reflected back to us. As much as we don't think that it is, it is. Because we're saying we don't care about this. I don't care what people say about me. I don't care what. We may not care, and that's cool. That's fine. But at the same time, you can be aware of that, but still understand that there is still an energetic, some energy and vibes and frequency that we're putting out that's saying, I don't care. We're still using that word, and that is still a frequency being put out. Okay. So the question is, when you're putting out, I don't care, what do you think you're going to get back? You see what I'm saying? Because everything is connected. This big source energy that allows the trees to be what the trees are, and the grass to be what the grass is, and the snow to be what the snow is, and the goddesses and gods to be what the goddesses and gods are. When you think about the source energy that fuels all of this, right? It's all, and we all are connected. So therefore, if we're steady saying what we don't like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, that's the energy that we're exuding from our circuit. That's the energy we are putting out. How about we change up the way that we're talking? How How about we put out the energy of, I'm not saying we just gonna be positive all the freaking time, because hello, life is life. Life's, right? But what I am saying is that how about we put out a frequency of more compassion, more compassion about how we view, in a new perspective of how we view the world, how we view others, how we view certain circumstances that we may not have control over. This says, all is well, everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. Now, I can't make this stuff up. Okay? I can't make this stuff up. Because, and at the bottom of the deck, it says, when I move my body, I feel empowered, cleansed, and strong. Okay? So, even moving your body in a physical way, doing yoga, doing exercise, and walking is huge. I just seen 11:11 on my timer as soon as I looked up. Walking is a huge thing. It helps. Honestly, like, I think a lot of people like, let me get in the gym so I can lose weight. But if you literally go walking or get on your treadmill, that in itself, if you're doing that every day, you are exposing yourself to me, a very high frequency. When I think about our feet being planted on the ground and walking with Mother Earth and exuding the energies of the outdoors and Mother Earth, all that surrounds us with the trees and the leaves and the snow and the rain, whatever you got going on, and the sun and the moon and the stars and the planets, like all of us are a source. It's all within us and we are within it. So when you're out in nature, even the bugs, y'all, and hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a bug lover. Okay, it's just the truth. But over the years, I have learned how to try to like just be with the bugs. Okay, I try my best to be with the bugs. I do put some type of effort, all right, to be with the bugs when I'm in nature. And where I was going with that is just exuding and having our blood flow with exercising. It causes, you get your weight loss, clarity. It's meditation. Walking can be meditation. When you can be in a zone when you're walking, where you're just like, messages start clearly coming to you. Things that you need to do more for yourself. Things that you need to open up to. Things that you need to see in a different perspective. It could be, wow, I see that I'm angry sometimes, like more angry than I actually need to be. Or I see where I can start speaking to people in a healthier way instead of snapping at them, or not being honest about what I'm saying out of my mouth and being dishonest. I can see where there is some dishonesty, even though I'm always talking about how other people are fake and being dishonest and people don't know how to keep it 100. So we have to look at these things. These are things that can come to us about ourselves when we are in meditation, when we are taking time to move our body and feel empowered, cleansed, and strong. Okay? There's things that can occur when we're walking, when we're out in nature, being with the elements and being within which is, to me, outdoors. Again, you see here. And some may look at that, as, even if you want to be in water, by the water, all of that. Okay? You want to make a bonfire, all of that. With the elements, in the elements, do it all. I'm going to pull a few more cards here, but all of this is just to let you know, like, Everything is truly connected. Everything is of this source, of this energy, and we are all connected. And just know that what we put out regarding even other people, how we feel about them, how they look, how they dress, how they're this, how they're that, is still all connected to our aura. So what we're saying about someone else, we're saying about ourselves. So we have to be very intentional about what we say out of our mouth, what we speak, our words, what we're putting out into the atmosphere. As some like to say, our words, what do they say, can be used for, what is it? Life or death is in the power of the tongue. You know, that's a true thing, because what we fail to realize, we may think we're saying it about a person, but because source is what source is, right? We're all in this source creating itself is all of us. We're speaking about source, which may be, again, others, other people. How we speak about ourselves, all of it's connected. So let me just tell you a practice that a modality that I have been practicing, and I have been practicing it for a while now. It's been a few years now, but it came back up, and I'm noticing there's some things that's coming up for me, that's coming back up for me to study, which I love that, because now it's another level of understanding that I'm getting from it. So I want you all to look up Ho'oponopono, okay? It's a Hawaiian modality that is used, spiritual modality that is used for, basically, I'm gonna just tell you what it means. It's an affirmation. It's an energy that's, to me, very powerful, that you say out loud. And the words are, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And repeating that over and over, repeating it in the mirror to myself is something that I do. Repeating it toward others, people that I may, what's the word I want to use? I want to say dislike, people who I felt like have done me wrong, or I have done them wrong. Any energy like that, that icky energy, right? I say those words to those people. I say those words to myself. I say those words about my family members I've had disagreements with, family members that I love and cherish. I say it to everyone, about myself, because it's all connected. We're all connected. I'm not saying we got to be connected and be around each other all the time, or we agree about everything. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just speaking of the energy that we exude from ourselves is very, 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 very important. So if you look up Ho'oponopono, it's basically, there was a doctor that came up with this in Hawaii. And I think he was working at like mental institutions. So like he was like a psychiatrist. And I can't think of his name right now. It's kind of hard to pronounce, but I can't think of his name. And he was using this on his clients. So instead of looking at the clients like, oh yeah, you crazy, and agreeing with them in society, he did the opposite. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. The energy in those words and the energy that you exude out of your mouth with those words are so powerful. When I tell you, when I do that, I've been in the mirror crying. I've been in my meditation just crying. Okay. When I exude that, I have to write in my journal when I'm saying it, because stuff started coming to me about people, about myself, about an overall energy. And I'm writing it down in my journal because it really causes a high frequency, because it reminds me of, honestly, what is It's a universal law. I think it's the law of perpetual transmutation. And that's like the energy of the law that states about the energy, how basically what you're giving out. Because what this doctor did was, even though his clients wasn't stating those words, he was stating those very words and that energy toward his clients. So he was putting the frequency, the energy out toward his clients for them, and they were being healed. And I believe that's like, when I think of that, it reminds me of perpetual transmutation. When you can send out that energy to someone and they're healed. It's a real thing. And I think sometimes we just don't realize how powerful we are. But we are very powerful. So the words we speak, the energy we are putting behind our words and all of that, our feelings, our words, all of that together is power, is energy, is frequency, and it's being put out there. So that's why it's important to even check your thoughts. You know, not beat yourself up, but just check them, see what's happening there. You know what I mean? But I just want to share that with you today. And I just felt like I needed to open up and give you all some cards today and just see what y'all had popping off. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull one more card for you all. That's what I'm feeling. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, and you know what? And a lot of this comes from like self-worth, because I've been on a few different things, y'all, these past few months. Because it's funny, because the bottom of this deck, the card says, I honor self-worth by asking for what I want. I could get into a whole topic on that as well, but I'm not going to get into it today because I have to go downstairs and cook. So, so we'll get back to that topic, or it might be a topic that I end up putting on my podcast. Release self-doubt, let go of fear. That's what we've been talking about. Release self-doubt and let go of fear. At the bottom of this other deck, I honor my self-worth by asking for what I want. So you all know that self-worth is very, very important. Loving yourself is very, very important. And I just think that saying those words is a great start for you. The Ho'oponopono. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. If you hear those like beads, that noise, that's my daughter running up and down the stairs. She got beads in her hair, child. Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed this. This was just, like I said, just like a little something I just got on here for you, and I wanted to share with you. And it's all for a reason. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.